Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another Beyond Crystal Code. We are February the 4th, 2026, and I'm here with the one and only my dear amiga Carla from Ascension Organize. How you doing, Carla?
Hello, Coco. Hi, everyone. I'm doing good. How about you?
Okay, I'm good. I'm good. It's kind of cold, like I have layers upon layers. Y'all, I even have a blanket. Okay. That's how we're filming today. That's how it's cold here in Quebec. So everything is fine and dandy. And before we embark onto the topic of du jour, Carla, if you simply want to share your ongoing Valentine's Lover Day promo, what is popping and dropping?
Yeah, so this is the last week. I think there's only like 4 or 5 days left on it. And it's every single piece of jewelry on the website is 25% off. We actually sold out of the Elite Shungite.
Mm,
So we're working on restocking that before the sale ends. So if you wanted to pick that up, I know that a bunch of people were emailing me. It should be by tomorrow or Friday. I should have like a restock of that. But so yeah, so all the bracelets, pendants, the Haida Gwaii silver jewelry, the Elite Shanghai jewelry, all of that is on discount until Saturday midnight.
Now's the time to shop, y'all. And so before we embark, don't forget, of course, if you want to, like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic Rumble channel, which is Jean Claude at Beyond Mystic. And yes, we are triple casting on X and on YouTube. So please like, share, and subscribe. Jean Claude Beyond Mystic 003. Now let's jump right to it. And Carla, the topic of du jour. Yes, everybody's talking about it. Yes, on almost every show, Janine and Jean Claude do speak about it. And more, we're awakening to it, getting more info. And let's talk about the meaning of starseed.
Hmm.
Let's do it.
I sorry. I wanted to talk about that because it's always like going back to the basics. We always hear these concepts. What are they? What does it really mean? Make it more simple for people to understand because I feel like things don't have to be that complicated.
Mhm.
So we have all heard it like, what is a star seed? We're all star seeds in this community, probably. But it's a very simple concept of a person that just feels like they have a deep soul level connection to the cosmos or like the stars, but also a purpose that they feel very deep inside their soul for being here on Earth. Um,
Mhm.
so it could be a purpose of healing. Maybe you feel like you came here to awaken, to help other people, like service to others. Or it could simply be that you're just here working on yourself, expanding your own consciousness. And so it doesn't, what I mean, it doesn't have to be such a complicated thing because when we were talking about last week about the Akashic Records, I remember the number one question I would get from people that I read for the Akashic Records was, where do I come from? Where does my soul come from? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And yeah, we would talk about, you know, where they came from and where their soul was before or past lives. But I learned that we all come from other places because if you think of the idea that our soul is eternal and never dies, it's just energy that transforms, then obviously you can assume that we've been all over the place in
Mhm.
other dimensions, in other worlds, and God knows, you know. So I always ask the question of saying, okay, why do you really want to know your galactic origin? Like, what is the purpose of you knowing that? Because I feel like it's nice to know and it gives you some idea. It's almost like working. It's similar to like working with your past life and knowing that information of your past lives to kind of heal that now. But I think that the focus should be shifted to that right now, the present moment. Why did your soul, wherever it came from, decided to come here at this moment to do what?
Yeah,
Right. And I think that more of like it's really cool to find out about your galactic origin, where you were from, like, you know, the star system that you incarnated before and all of that, but then always bring it back to a grounded center place of, okay, I'm here now. What am I supposed to be doing here now?
mm,
Right. So it doesn't necessarily mean being a starseed doesn't necessarily mean that, yes, you could have a galactic origin, but it's also It's more about you coming to Earth with a a purpose that you feel on a deep soul level. And I think it's safe to say that everybody here in this community is probably relates to or feels like they're a star seeds. A
Yeah.
star seed, because we all, just by being part of this community and wanting to talk about these spiritual concepts,
You're
it's
ready.
exactly.
It just starts with the simple feeling of being like an outcast since you're a little kid, just feeling
Right.
different from the system at school, the students at school. Like when you're a little kid, that little feeling that you would have, and you would look at everybody that would just mingle and jingle all together, and it would just fit, and you would be like, hey, wait a minute, I'm not feeling this. Well, it starts from that.
Right. So because the star seed is like an archetype of person, it's like a person that is, first of all, they're highly empathic.
Mhm.
So we can pick up on people's energy, or we can be highly sensitive to energy around other people, around spaces, surroundings. They're also, like you said, they feel like outcasts, like they don't belong, but they're also visionaries. Maybe they came here with an idea of something completely new that hasn't been done before. A very, very major theme, I think, is cycle breakers. So we all come here to kind of break karma, heal these cycles that have been running in the background for our bloodlines and our ancestors for generations and generations. And they're also tend to be very tuned to the collective. I always think about, like, how JC is always saying, like, he feels a dread or an anxiety that is not even his.
Yeah.
And he does that because he's so in tune with the collective. He'll pick up what people are feeling, even though it's not his own feeling. So that tends to happen too. Like, you'll have feelings that don't belong to you or don't match what's happening in your life. And it's because you're tuned into the collective. So they're not really I don't want to think of the star seeds as like they're superior to other people. They're more like they're just on a different path, and they're tuned in more into their purpose. So going back to childhood, absolutely, we all felt different growing up. I remember, oh my God, like I realized I was different when I was around 9, 10 years old, because I never liked the stuff that my friends liked. I thought that school was weird. Like, and I was the people pleaser, so I would like follow the rules because I didn't want to get in trouble. But in my head, I was like, this doesn't make any sense at all. Like, why do I have to do this? So it's funny. I actually like I have a small story. I remember I went to a Catholic school. It was a all non-Catholic school. And I remember one time I was like 9 or 10 years old. This is when I first realized, like, okay, something's not right with this world. Because because we would have like a priest come in every 6 months or so to do like the sacraments, like the confessions and things. And I remember the nun telling me, like, I was around 9 or 10, and she was telling me, oh, you have to go confess your sins. And in my head I'm thinking, wait, what sins? Like, what sins? What did I do? And she would be like, everybody sins, we're all sinners. And in my head I was like,
Doing that. Yeah.
I'll be like, what do you mean we're all sinners? Like, I don't do anything. I do my homework. I listen to my mom and my dad, you know? So I remember like raising my hand and telling her, I'm sorry, but I have nothing to confess. And she said, no, she was like, no, you are a sinner just like everyone else. So you probably have some sin to confess to. So
Wow.
I went to the box, the box where you talk to the priest, and I just started, the confession, and I just started making stuff up. I
Yeah,
was
we all did that. We all did that.
I
I
was like, yeah, I stole something from my sister, and I lied to my parents. It wasn't true. I didn't do it. And then the priest was like, okay, go sit in the pew and say this prayer or whatever. And I was just sitting in the pew like, I'm not gonna say the prayer. I didn't do anything. So that was the first time that I was like, this is just like it's always all fear based, and it didn't make sense to me. So it didn't, like, I knew something was wrong with it. But
I
yeah.
wanted to ask you, what's your vision or your opinion? Because you talked about how star seeds are visionaries, cycle breakers, hypersensitive. What do you think of why do you think sensitivity is so understood as weakness? You know what I mean? Like, I think,
Um,
I don't know. You share
no,
your.
I get it, and it goes back to like now, like you're a mom as me, and we see how our kids are different, and they're not like they. Then we'll talk about that too, like the generations of
Yeah, that's what I was.
Starseed groups, but I feel like they're just it's just a system defending itself. Like you have these people that do not fit, and they are picking on things that are real. That's why they're more sensitive to other people. We don't like crowds. We are very aware of the energy around us. And that's the natural state of a human being. And the system doesn't like it. So obviously it's going to label you as weird or like
Weak.
misunderstood or like an outcast.
Yeah.
And we've all gone through that. But I think with time, as you start getting into an adult and you start working more on those things, you start realizing, like, no, all those people that told me that I was crazy, they're crazy. I know what I'm talking about because I've done the inner work and I know this feels truth for me, you know?
You saying that because it makes me think now, as of just recently this week. I know I'm going like out the route, but because of the Epstein file, now everybody's talking about that. So you're saying, oh, they were saying that I was a crazy one. Well, now finally they're the crazy one. So it makes me think of like Kanye West, how everybody would say back in the days that he was crazy. And now that they're seeing Jay-Z's name in the Epstein file, oh, now he's not crazy anymore. And they're the one that's crazy. So it's like funny how it.
But you see how it's like it's almost like a defense mechanism. If they label you crazy, don't listen to that person because they're crazy. But then now we know better. If you see somebody that they're labeling crazy, listen to what they're saying.
Totally agree.
I think that's really what it is. And so going back to like the soul contracts that we talked about last week also is like the concept that we all agreed to come here, and I guess I'll go a little forward to come back, is the way that I understood it is that we're going through a cycle. You could call it the Kali Yuga, and we're changing kind of like cycles or where we are. And Gaia as a consciousness decided to also, it was part of the plan to move from one low frequency to a higher frequency. So instead of like, and they sent over time, they have sent like masters and teachers to teach humanity, but it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So it was decided to kind of start doing it from the micro perspective. So start sending these groups of souls that were going to work on an individual level to then also the reality. And I think that's such a cool concept. It's almost like infiltration from within, like the higher frequency infiltrated from within. And that's when this soul groups, part of the same soul, like the same soul contract to come here and be the weird people and be the crazy ones and be the outcasts, come in to actually alter the frequency around them, because you don't have to really do anything. All you have to do is have your own frequency, and you already change. You're modifying and changing things around you without even doing anything. Some people just with their presence can do this. Mm-hmm. And I think the first ones that I remember talking about was like in the 60s, the flower generation, like the hippies. They were like very love centered, and they would they didn't like the plan that was set out for their life, like, go to college, get married. They didn't like that, so they started doing other things, and they were more focused on love, and they started questioning the wars and the conflicts, and they didn't want to participate. Mm-hmm. And they were also like seen as crazy and weird because they were doing all these things. So you have a generation
who infiltrated the hippies to stop the movement. If y'all read the book Chaos, yes. You will understand what's up with the hippie movement before it got infiltrated. Anyways, continue.
No, but you're talking about infiltration, and I think the dark energies know that these groups of people are coming, and they infiltrate those movements, because think about what they're doing to our kids now. So what they did that to the hippie movement, and then I remember, then after the hippie movements came like the indigo children, and the indigo children were completely different. They started coming here from the 70s to like the early 2000s. And I know a few like you would be call them like the Gen Xers. So they're like in their 40s now, late 40s, early 50s, and they were so strong-willed. They questioned everything. They had no tolerance for like stupid crap from the system. But the system infiltrated them and labeled them defiant and difficult children, like people that didn't fit and like they were too difficult to work with. But they were like the strong wills, and they came in like completely breaking everything that came before them. So pretty powerful generation.
That makes sense. Okay.
Then after that, you had the crystal children, which is from the 90s to the 2010s, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a crystal child, and they are so like, they're soft and empathetic, and they're so sensitive, like very emotional. Everything affects them. But they can be very emotional intelligent, where they pick up on people's emotions and they pick up on their own emotion, and they know how to like deal with it, but they also like structure. This is where the autism started. So in the 1990s, that's when they started labeling these children as autistic. I mean, we know about like the physical side of why autism is caused, but I feel there was also this soul part where they were just extremely sensitive to everything, and they just didn't fit, and that's why they were being labeled autistic.
Well, it makes sense if we talk about infiltration by the dark side. So in that generation of crystal children, like you're saying, that they're extra sensitive, they feel the energies, etc. So the perfect way for the dark side to infiltrate is bring social media and keep on pushing, like, hey, be sensitive on social media, spread all of your personal stuff on the web, and then you could bring up the woke movement even stronger, build up of the woke movement to what it is today. So it pretty much, I think, if I'm analyzing it well, I think it maybe started in that time.
Yeah, absolutely, because a lot of that generation is the one that fell for the whole woke stuff. Or a lot of them also fell for, they didn't feel right, they felt different, so now they're telling them that they're a different gender, the whole craziness. So it's all part of like, because I want to say, like, this is all part of a plan that we all agreed to do this work, to come here to do this, to ascend Gaia, and then along the way they have been messing with us. and
messing with the wrong starseed in 2026. I'm telling you right now, they've been messing with the wrong one. Continue.
Right. And then we have the last one, the last soul group, which is the rainbow children, which they were born from the 2000s to now. And these are my youngest is a rainbow child, and they are, I mean, if you talk to
and more.
Right, 2010 and more. So 2010s to now.
Okay.
So if it's so funny, because you talk to kids that are now 13, 12, 14 years old, and then you see a kid that is like 8 or 9.
Okay.
And it is completely different. Like, the older kids are so sensitive, and they have such a hard time with like navigating life and navigating a school and friends and all of that. And the little ones are like, they came in here with like guns blazing, expressive. They don't care about anything. They're like integrating everything that the other generations brought in. So it's almost like a combination of the indigos that were like questioning authority.
Yes. So the indigos are raising the rainbow kids.
Right. And they're like, they recover emotionally faster. Like, my little one does not stay and like, if he's angry or whatever, he's like, after 5 minutes, he's over it. They're very creative, very playful. They're super active. Like, most of them are labeled hyperactive because they don't stay still, because they have so much energy moving through their body. They carry no ancestral trauma. Like, every time I tap into his past life and stuff like that, he's not connected to my bloodline in that way. So he has no trauma at all connected to his like soul contract. He comes here brand new, basically. And a lot of the times that I've tried to tap into these children, the younger ones, it almost feels like maybe it's the first or second time that they're incarnating on Earth. So it's almost like they're brand new children that are coming here with a totally different energy and a totally different frequency than me, you, and even the older kids. So I feel like that's why I'm so positive about this, that what we're doing. And that's why I'm always like, I never believe in like it just doesn't resonate with me, like the end of the world type of thing, because if not, no, these kids will not be coming here. You know, these kids will not be allowed to come here to suffer. I mean, some of them do. There's violations of soul contracts. We get it, but the majority are. It's just a different frequency. It's just a different frequency. They're so advanced too. A lot of them
of consciousness.
Yes, they are totally different. They remember past lives. They remember things that they've done before. They talk about it openly. I don't know if you've seen those videos in social media of these kids that are like talking about their past lives, stuff that they remember. So that's crazy.
Or like they see their great grandparents.
Right.
Like the parents show the picture and like, oh my gosh, why do you know about Granny Margaret? So yeah. Right.
So I think it's pretty cool the whole perspective that we are Starseeds. We're coming here to work on the micro level. So working on our daily life, on the things we do every day, working on our healing, doing our like clearing karma and clearing like our bloodlines and our ancestral lineage. And therefore, just by doing that, we're already like affecting our reality. Because I always see like, okay, I'm a starseed. What's my life purpose? Am I supposed to be, a healer and I'm supposed to be out there? Do I make videos? Do I write a book? Do I open a healing center? Do I open a school? And yeah, that's if you feel guided to that purpose and that's what you feel like you need to do, perfect. But if you don't, and there's nothing that is really calling you to like a certain path, something specific that you have to do, no, don't worry about that, because maybe it could be that just by you being here, just by you being born into your family and you having the children that you had or interacting with the people that you interact with every day, that's just enough. That's the work that you decided to do, and your own energy, your frequency from your physical body, your soul, it's already affecting things. If you feel guided to these concepts, then that's it. Like, don't be too hard on yourself if you don't feel like you have to, be a spiritual healer now and become a guru or some type of thing. Like, that's not necessarily what you have to do. So, I mean, I guess we could also talk about, like, because we're so sensitive and we're so all over the place. That's why starseeds have to work extra hard at grounding, keeping themselves centered.
There we are, John. We're back on the grounding.
Yeah.
We do all day as starseeds, learning how to ground ourselves.
We always have to ground ourselves. But I think like a lot of us older starseeds that have been here for a long time or been here more, I think we already know this and we're kind of like mastering this. And then we have, like you said, we're the parents of the rainbow and crystal children. So we have to kind of teach them how to do it. But yeah, grounding is number one. And I think like also shielding and protecting their energy, like your energy, and picking up, or like if you pick up something around you that it doesn't feel well, remove yourself.
Trust your gut feeling.
Shield, all of that.
Yeah.
I guess,
like you're saying, as starseeds, it's something that we know now, grounding, etc. But I was producing Shannon's live show last night, her Beyond Healing, and I was still having questions in the comments section, and people were still asking questions about grounding, the concept, right. Because she was always mentioning returning to your basics or starting from, I'm trying to find the word, the perfect
baseline, as she says.
Yeah. Baseline. Yeah. So it's still a concept that people are trying to grasp and understand, because we've been programmed since we were little kids to lose that the baseline, grounding, etc. So we're not being repetitive of talking about it because people are still asking about it, and it's knowledge that we should continue to share.
Right, right. And to also explain that it's not a complicated thing, that you could ground by touching a crystal for a few minutes,
And
or
like she says, you could just, if it's, how did she say it? If grounding for you is giggling, then so it is. I'm like,
right,
oh,
right.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's beautiful. I was actually watching the show from last night before we came in, and like the activation is amazing. Shannon does amazing work. Like even just her voice is so soothing, and it's like
It's
you
fantastic.
just feel different after you're done.
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess we could talk about like what you can use to ground or as a
Hmm.
star seed to connect to your to that aspect of you. And I do have like a star seeds pyramid that I created a couple years ago, and I wanted to do this one specifically for connecting to the star seeds and having elements here that will help the star seed and like the things that we have to go through. So here at the top is a crystal, is called tektite, and it's pretty cool because it looks like when you hold it, it looks like it's product of a meteorite strike, but when you look at it, it literally looks like a space rock. It's so cool to like work with. And that's very connected to the cosmos and the stars. And like, oh, I also forgot to mention a lot of star seeds are very drawn to these things like the stars, the astrology, the cosmos, the universe, all these themes and concepts. So this one is that is very connected to those energies. And then you have aquamarine here, and I put the aquamarine because it's to kind of remind you, come back. Like you can be in the stars, but then you have to come back, be calm, connect to the water, connect to like ancient wisdom, to Mother Earth. Aquamarine is very connected to like the element of water, which is also emotions. So like keeping you calm and being able to speak your truth and all of that. Then it has lapis lazuli here. I love lapis lazuli for a lot of stuff. I always remember Janine talking about lapis lazuli and fertility, like if you want to get pregnant. So I'm very careful when I wear it.
Oh, girl, you better watch yourself now. You better watch yourself.
Yeah, but it's very connected to like ancient civilizations. They used it a lot during like Egypt and all those ancient civilizations. So very like about divine intelligence and your self-authority, who you are inside, and like what you follow, your discernment basically. And then you have here, which you can see in the camera, but it's called aura quartz. So it's basically clear quartz that was bonded with metal. So it's bonded with, I think it's either platinum or titanium, and it gives it like an iridescence look to it, almost like a rainbow color to it. So just like clear quartz, it's amazing at like amplifying any type of intention that you're working with. And so as a starseed, you could use it for whatever you want, but it's because it has those iridescence and those metals in there, it's very multidimensional. It's very calming. So it connects to like, yeah, I would say multidimensional, like information and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the rainbow hematite, which is here at the bottom, those big rocks at the bottom.
Here, yeah.
And it's hematite, but it's magnetized. So the stones come in and they're like little magnets. And it also has an iridescence to it. And hematite is very, very grounding. And I love hematite for like divine masculine and like multi calming. That's right. So and rainbow hematite is gonna help you like anchor to your own awareness, to your physical body, to your emotional body. Also help with like placing energetic boundaries. So overall, like this whole combination is like what star seeds need to keep them centered, focused, grounded. And if you want to connect to that part of yourself and like connect to your like higher purpose, because a lot of the questions that I would get in the Akashic reading records was what was my life purpose? What am I here to do? And a lot of us,
It's still available on your Ascension
Yeah,
Organizer.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's always available. Yeah.
And if you guys want to purchase it, you could use the promo code Beyond Mystic to get 10% off as well.
Right. So that was a question that I will get a lot. It's like, what was my life purpose? And a lot of us know it. I mean, I didn't know it until I created Ascension Organize. I had no idea what my life purpose was. But so it's something like the process takes you, and you kind of like something that you have to find out for yourself. But most people will know. Or I would say, what makes you happy? Like, go back to your like inner child. What makes you happy? What did you like doing? Did you like painting? Did you like creating? Did you like sports? Did you like moving your body? What was your So start there if you're looking at like your higher purpose or anything like that.
I just want to put this comment from John. John, you're such a sweetheart. By the way, you ladies look as beautiful as ever and show an inner loveliness. I pray you are well.
Thank you, John.
So sweet. Talking about inner loveliness, I have one person to show with an amazing workshop coming up. It's this amazing starseed, Astrid.
Oh my God.
She's coming up with this Aquarius Eclipse workshop. Save 10% off with promo code Aqua10. It's available at the Beyond Mystic Academy, and she will be live. So you purchase this workshop, and she's live on February the 15th at 11 a.m. Eastern time, but you could watch it on replay if ever you do miss it. But Carla, she booked herself a reading with Astrid, and yeah, okay. She just said it. Okay.
Well, remember last week I had the pleasure of having her do my synergy with my husband, and
true, yeah.
It felt just right. Like I booked this reading with her when she first started with our team, but I didn't expect to also have the synergy. So it was so cool that she was able to like go back and tell me more things about the synergy chart.
You're lucky. And this other promo that we have here with Floraline at the Floraline Farm Shop is her Valentine's soap. So you get 10% off with promo code BM10. Everything is in the description box down below. And we have a comment here talking about your pyramid from Kardosh 5. It's so beautiful. Honey, you could get it at Ascension Organized, darling. That's a beautiful pyramid. So what you were saying, what did you want to continue on?
I mean, I think that like going back to what I was saying at the beginning is like the concept of being a starseed doesn't have to mean that we are from another place, because I feel like we're all from another place. Yeah. But come back to remind yourself when you think about this starseed concept is why it is that you're here. And I feel like we all chose to come here right now, be alive in this moment, this second, because we're going through this ascension with Mother Gaia, and we're working to like raise the frequency of the entire planet. And a lot of the things, like I see a lot of people also like the beginner people that are coming on and they're listening to us talking and or JC and Janine and all of that stuff. And they're listening to everything that's going on in the world. And they're like, what do I do? What am I supposed to do?
Overwhelming. Yeah.
It's overwhelming. And I go back and say, sometimes I say nothing. You're aware, but well, not nothing. I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, if you want to get involved and go out there and do things, or you want to start doing videos, or you want to like start a healing modality or something like that, go ahead if you feel like that's your purpose. But if you don't, then all you have to do right now, we're being called to work on ourselves. I think that's number one. Is work on yourself, do your shadow work, do your inner work, face the things that make you uncomfortable about you, about your life, and like take control, take your power away, take your power away from other people. Don't give them to other people. Like call it back in, and just that's going to make such a big difference, because you're going to alter your reality and reality of people around you. I do it all the time. And trust me, once you start with this journey, and I know we talked one time about like a couple of weeks ago about the conflicts, and sometimes it feels very lonely, and but I want to think it's all part of a big plan where we're just clearing all these things. Sometimes the conflicts are needed, And in the end, we're going to be so rewarded because we chose to come here like at this crazy boot camp moment where we're all being put to the ringer. And
Oh,
it's like, Jesus, when is the movie end?
mhm.
But I feel like once your soul is learning so much just being here and doing this every day, that I truly feel we're all gonna graduate after we're done. Like this is like graduation.
Honey, imagine the party.
Oh my god, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Y'all get your kombucha to like digest after the party because it's going to be a hell of a party when we graduate.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because, honey, we are going through it, like you said.
But
Wow.
I feel like I mean, I think we all have our own we have the right personality for it. We're all working like it's almost like on a soul level, you agree to do this and you're equipped to do it. Like you can do this. Like
Mhm.
we're going through it. And we all had the knowledge to like listen to the people that were telling us to prepare and to, like, and even if you're just starting out, it doesn't matter. Just by asking the questions and kind of like working on your own consciousness, you're already doing a lot. So,
Mhm. That's a good point to give to the new followers, or like you said, if you don't know what to do, like you say that you are working on your shadow work, etc., and you're still having that urge of like, what can I do? But I don't want to do anything big. I don't want to go in front of the screens, like the camera, whatever. Well, just share the content. Share
yeah.
that resonate with you that you find on social media. We'll share it on your social media. You don't need to be upfront in the front of the screen to share the message, or just share it around your family, your friends. Have like build a little group text with your tribe, and then share in that little group text you have on your telephone. It's just those little things, like you were saying, the micro work that you're doing will become macro at,
Mhm.
so yeah, that's very a good tip. Do you have
Yeah.
anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think we're doing it. We are affecting the macro.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like the energies are crazy, but we have something to say, and every time we are aware of something, and we decide, no, I don't consent to that, or I want to change it. It actually doesn't happen the way that they say it's gonna happen. Like like the fear porn, and
Mm.
they always tell us something, and we consciously disagree. I love that sentence that Shanna said. I consciously disagree. I'm gonna use that now for
Oh
everything.
my gosh. When she said that, for every single ache and pain I feel in my body, I always say it now. I consciously disagree of whatever pain I'm
Whatever.
going through, and I'm giving my body time to catch up. Because she said that to me last night, and I was like, that is,
Right.
I'm giving time to my body to catch up. If you are watching, holy macaroni.
Yeah, I'm telling everybody to say that now. Like you have to say you consciously disagree.
Isn't that amazing? A
Yeah, I like
huge
that.
aha moment. Listen, I'm 44 and I'm like, God damn, Shannon. She's amazing. Listen, so finally, to end our show, and before you guys hit up at, because we're not done yet here at Beyond Mystic. We got more shows tonight. Well, one show tonight. So to sum it up, Star Seed is being fully here, present moment, being aware, and walking through life with compassion and purpose.
Mhm.
Say like that, short and sweet for
Yeah,
everybody to catch up. Yeah,
perfect.
great
Yep.
like that. So y'all, don't miss up tonight. Beyond the News, Breaking News for at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Janine and Jean Claude, available for our IAP members. And if you want to watch it on replay as a pay per view, it will be available around 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 003, and our Rumble channel, Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic. And if you want to find the amazing work of our dear friend Carla, visit ascensionorganites.com. And she still has her amazing Lover Day promo that is rocking here until February the 8th, 25% off on all of the pendants, bracelets, and her amazing silver jewelry. So I want to say to everybody, thank you for tuning in. I see you guys in the comments. Thank you very much. And thank you, Carla, for your amazing presence here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Coco. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.